Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Gregtech Community Edition Unofficial. Today, we're going to be working on getting ourselves that blast furnace. Off screen, I've done a couple different things. So, one of the things I did is I got one of these multi-block boilers up. So I wanted to experiment and actually be able to figure out how to use these, because one problem that I found when doing this is that it tells you in the multi-block pattern that you need these ULV input and output hatches. This is not true. You do not have to use this tier. All you have to do is match the throughput of that tier, of how many that are there, basically. So, because it's the ULV, if you do one LV, that'll replace the input hatch. That'll replace both of them. If you do the LV of the output hatches, then you need 2 instead of 4. So you basically just kind of cut it in half. You will need more machine casings or bronze fireboxes, depending on where the block goes. So that's the only difference I've noticed. And then I think this one, so when I was putting it together, it looked like these 2 blocks have to be on the bottom. Like all the input blocks had to be on the bottom, it seemed like, which is a little bit interesting. I do have it all hooked up here to 2 of our steam turbines per battery box. I've got the battery box filled up. I want to get this powered on, but first thing I need to do is sleep so we can make sure we can keep using our machines over here. But I want to get this electric blast furnace set up first. The other thing I wanted to show you really quick is I've been working on getting some of the sodium bisulfate because I need to use that with some stuff here to make something. So I've been making massive amounts of buckets because acid you can't put in regular drums. You need stainless steel drums, and we are not ready to make those. So just been making buckets, try to empty this out because I believe I need the chemical reactor for this too. Nope, just the electrolysis. So we're gonna go ahead and dump this in. Auto eject is off. Yep. Okay. We're gonna dump this in here. That get going. That'll do us some stuff because we need this sodium parasulfate to be able to mix with some of this arsen. What did I need this for again? Apparently I need it for more than I even... Oh, I needed it for chemical baths. That's right. I don't even have a chemical bath yet. So we'll be probably making one of those this episode as well. But let's get over here. Organize that. Okay. So in here, I've got all of the little things that we're going to need to make up the rest of the blocks that I needed here. So out of the blocks that I know for a fact that we need ourselves one of these. So let's go ahead and get our Invar casings put together. And so to make the steel frames, we can do one of 2 things. We can either use a hammer or a wrench. I think it was a wrench. Or we can come over here. I need to take my circuit back that it's not using and put that in here. I would put that in there, and I believe it's 4. Yep. And so it will automatically put these together one at a time. That's the other thing that's nice, is that you don't have to waste all of the crafting recipe with that. While we're waiting on that, let's go ahead and get the last these buckets that I need to pull out the rest of this hydrochloric acid. Sodium. Let's look at this thing now. Quite a bit of hydrogen. I did need to find a place to put that. I know I got another drum over there, so we're probably just going to move that over there. Let's find that. And this empty drum that I made. And all of that. Double click. And so we got some 9,000 of it. Wow. So this honestly seems a little bit crazy. What? What's this for? Just amazing. Amazing recipes here. Okay. So this should be done? Yep. Okay, now to make these into heat-proof casings, we can input 6, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. Need 6, and then we need to put those in there, and that'll go through and get those crafted up. I just don't like using all the durability on my hammers. I know I can make it a little bit faster that way, but I don't know, the durability usage on that, having to make more tools, kind of gets a little frustrating. It makes us the 10. I totally did not realize I had way more of these frames than I needed. Wait. That's not right. Oh, that's not good. That's why it's not right. That's a bad recipe to use. No, it's not. What? I'm confused. Alright, well, I gotta go find if I have some more invar. I swear I had a little bit more somewhere. Yep. Even got some plates. Let's go make 2 more plates. Down to 1. 2 more plates. Make 1 more of those. Still have extra of those that I don't need. I don't know why. Unless I totally needed them somewhere. Oh. So I'll toss those in there. I'm gonna have to grab me some of this. Grab us a stack of cobble, thank you. Let's make ourselves 2, 3 of those. Clear that. Dump it back in. Alright, now if I come over here, get the electric blast furnace. We got the main power block to that'll complete the quest. What is this? Manganese ossified dust. Phosphorus and manganese. Manganese is from that, which is from nether, so I can mine that pretty easily. What is this other stuff? Phosphorus. It's not the right recipe. Calcium phosphate, manganese phosphate, phosphate, phosphoric acid. How do you get phosphorus then? Gelatin mixture? And collagen and phosphorus acid. What? Appetite. Okay. So that's a long process to go through. Now what is it used for? What is this used for? Oh, these are superconductors. I think that's what we're gonna go for. Although that's not a whole lot of it, is it? Yeah, I can make the problems pretty easy. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that stuff. So now, forming a multi-block. There are 2 really important factors when forming a multi-block. One is probably obviously there's more than just a picture multi-blocks look like. Use your mouse to rotate and look at the stuff. There's no unique way to form the multi-block structure. You have complete freedom for the tier of buses and hatches. You also have freedom of placement. Taking the EBF for example, any tier of energy bus, and hatch can be used, and they can be placed anywhere replacing a casing. But they have to replace the casings, nothing else. Fluid hatches are also optional, though you probably want them to handle the recipe with fluid. Additionally, you can sneak right click multi-blocks controller for an in-world preview. Right. So we'll do that here in just a second. But we need ourselves one of these power blocks, so it wants us to make actually 2 of the LV hatches. So we'll do that. Make that. Put that up there. Let's actually make shift click it properly. 1, 2 of those. So that'll make that one done. So multi-blocks do not look at voltage for recipes. Instead, they simply check if you have the power requirement. EBF needs at least 120 EV per tick. However, power input to run its recipes is achieved through 2 of these. So 2 of these, which would be, they can take 2 amps each, end up giving you, each one takes 2 amps, so you can get 4 amps, which each amp gives you precisely 32 per tick. So 32 times 2 equals 64. 64 times 2 is 128. So that would give you 8 EU over what you need. Be wary of cable loss, so this is the one thing I have set up over there. I do not have cables attached to it, so that it is right up next to that boiler. We do need a maintenance hatch, so that I am going to have to go over to a special table over here, because you do need all of the tools for the maintenance hatch to both make it. Did I not? Maintenance hatch. Maintenance hatch right there. Boop. Put the wrench up there and put one hole there. There's the maintenance hatch. And then we can use says you can use duct tape. I don't know if I want to make, like, I can make one of these pretty quickly, because I have some stuff to make titanium, so I think we'll go ahead and see how this stuff works. So, why not? Let's go ahead and claim that. Then, we do need these, need a muffler hatch. I believe it was just this. Reach these, muffler hatch there. Now the last thing that I needed, I actually need chests and, okay, hold on. Let's look at this really quick. So we need 1 input, 1 output. So we need an input and output for everything. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 glass. So to make output, 2 chests. So we'll just put the energy, not the energy hatch, LV hole. 1 there, input bus, output bus, input hatch, output hatch. That should give us all the blocks that we need there. So that'll complete this part. And this just tells you about the troubleshooting, so we're going to go ahead and pick that. So for troubleshooting, make sure it's plugged in properly, do the initial maintenance fix, verify the recipe usage of that you have enough EU per tick, check special recipe requirements, make sure the recipe is properly input. The less obvious is regular machine, because you have to juggle between input and input hatches and buses. Make sure there is space for output, maybe the multi-block formed, but you forgot a hatch. So yeah. So I want to definitely check all that stuff as you're making it. And so looking at the recipe for this, we do need the bus at the middle bottom. The way I kind of want it set up, we're going to go here, middle bottom right there. We need our power buses, energy hatches, right here, right here. I want my input hatch I would like to have right there. Muffler I want on top where it shows before, just because that'll basically be a little bit easier. This is input bus. So I want that spaced a little bit away from the other stuff. And then I would like to put casings all on the bottom here. And then from casings we got to put the coils. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the coils all done. I do want the maintenance hatch actually to be down on the bottom too here. So we're going to move this, the maintenance hatch right there. Come back over here, do a little bit of parkour. Ain't Gregtech without some parkour, guys. Remember that. So, do a machine casing. I do want the muffler hatch to be pointed up. Now we should just have the output hatch and bus. So I want the bus to be on top over here. So we're gonna fill this in. Drop down. I want the hatch to match up, and I want the bus to match up. And there's our blast furnace, guys. We just need to put maintenance on it really quick. So let's organize our inventory and go grab all the tools. So let's take a quick nap. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you do need to have all of the tools in your inventory when you're doing this one. So we need all of the tools that are right there. So we need a screwdriver, we need a wrench, we need a wire cutter, we need a hammer, we need a crowbar, a file, a saw, and a soft wooden mallet. You need all of those tools in your hand, and then we gotta right click with an empty hand. So let's go and put that there. Boop. Click the slot with an empty hand. Use the duct tape. Why would you use the duct tape? So maintenance is fine. Awesome. So now let's go grab ourselves 2 chests. I want a chest there and a chest there, and then I want an extra drum up there. So I'm gonna grab a chest, grab some drums, or 2 chests and a drum. So do this. I guess I actually don't need a drum for now, so we will take a look at that. So now that we've got all of that set up, let's get ourselves some aluminum going. Actually, I found some red granite, so I don't think we're going to grab that. I think we're going to figure out which one of these we want the most. Grab it, I think. I think I'd probably grab this one when I grab it. Because you can apparently get unlimited red granite in this too. So we're going to put chest there and there. Okay, now to make some aluminum, let's look at that recipe here. So to make aluminum in the blast furnace, we need a programmed circuit at 2 with nitrogen. Or we need a programmed circuit out 1 with aluminum. Now, is that in the input bus? Where do we put the circuit at? Do we have like a specific spot for it? Doesn't look like it. Let's go ahead and grab this circuit out. Go ahead and put that down to a 1. Let's grab ourselves some aluminum. Now, what is... Let me look at that recipe one more time. Uses. So, we could use nitrogen. I do not have any nitrogen on hand. That is something I want to look at in the future. So, with that programmed at 1, it says it's going to take 45 seconds about to make that. So, the only other thing we are going to need is I want to get 2 blocks of coal. So I don't know how many seconds that big blast furnace is going to burn for. I do have it set up so that it is going to only function at 35%, so it will exactly power 2 of these. So let's go ahead and put those in there. Doesn't tell us how long it's going to burn for. But we are already producing steam. It takes a second to get up to efficiency. I'm going to get these battery buffers all powered up before we do anything. So they should start here in a second. So now if we go ahead, I'm just going to put it directly in there. So that's how that works, and it started. Needs more energy, it says. So there we go, it's starting over there. It's functioning, it's working on it. At 100% output. How much? Oh, we're gonna run out of charcoal. We gotta go grab some more. So I'm probably just gonna grab out like 2 stacks, collapse them down into blocks so they last longer. Well, 3 stacks is fine, I guess. Boom, boom. Those. So it looks like that one is already powered down. So this does not last extremely long. We want that to keep functioning, keep pumping out steam. I don't think we need to up it by any, because it looks like all of those are getting maximum amount of steam. Oh. No, they definitely are, so we're good there. Just has to be at 100%, so... Alright. And we got one. Awesome. So now that we got that one, I'm probably going to go make a bunch of more blocks of coal. We'll claim that quest really quick. That'll set us up. We can get some superconductors now. To make those, it basically needs us to make the ingots. make the ingots, we got to put it in the blast furnace as well. So we're gonna let the aluminum run for now. I'm gonna go get me some more of these blocks of coal. I do think it did say you could use lava, but I don't know how true that is. So let's grab 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oop, out of space. Let's go dump all those tools that I grabbed out to do the maintenance hatch and then didn't do it properly. So I had the tape in my inventory. Drop all of these extra tools off that we don't need in here. We can pick up our charcoal. Alright, with that burning now, we should do a fair amount of this aluminum, which will be pretty nice. We're definitely on our way here. That's going to be super, super nice. Now, I guess kind of as a bonus here, we're going to go ahead and figure out getting this gallium arsenide. I've been working on it a ton. Got the arsenic, which was simple. I just had to get some Relgar dust, which you can just mine the Relgar in the overworld to get. The gallium, however, you can either go and get this sapphirite, which you mine in the nether, or the one I've wanted to try to do, because I want to figure this out, is you can get it through this chemical bath. So let's look up what it takes for this chemical bath. Chemical bath. Here we go. So the chemical bath requires way more machines than I'm ready to freaking do. So we're just gonna go mine sapphirite in the nether. Like, no thanks. That's an off-camera thing to do. So I will be back after I've gone and mined some of that, and we'll be back. Alright, when I said I'm gonna go back to the nether and mine, I actually already have some. So we're gonna go ahead and get over here. We do need to crush it, so let's throw it in a macerator here. Go ahead and get that tossed away. Don't need all that stuff right now. This is so exciting because we're getting closer and closer to the medium voltage age. Let's see how many we've got. We've only got 2 more so far. And have our 4th there. Doesn't seem to be going through the blocks of coal that fast, which is kind of nice. I don't want to see. Can I throttle it down 1? And still have these all function properly. Seems like it. That'll slow it down just a bit more, which is good. I'll slow down the burn time on the fuel in there. It looks like it's producing enough to still be able to fully power this thing. So that'll definitely be nice. So we get some of the salafrite there, macerated. Now if I look at this, we do need to put in a ore washing plant to get yellow garnet. It's not what we care about, we want the gallium. So I'm just going to dump it straight into the thermal centrifuge here. We'll be back once I got a couple pieces of gallium. Right, we're back. I got 2 gallium dust already. I figured I'd wait for 2 more, so we can do a total of 4 so far. Now, got the arsenic, so with the arsenic and gallium, just toss it in the mixer. Hello? Oh, with the programmed circuit. Don't know where my closest one is. Oh, there's one in the metal bender. I know that for sure. So throw that in there. Gonna have to get ourselves a couple more of these. Might as well put one in every machine just because they need it anyways. And the recipes become super easy. So now each one's going to get us 2 dust, but we'll go ahead and pull that out and finish the quest. Get the gallium arsenide. For gallium, you may need range. First time has surprising difficult yields. Electrolyzed salafrite. So low chance of small dust. And then you could also get it from crushed bauxite, which is what I wanted to do, but I don't have a chemical bath right now. Obtaining it as byproduct of salafrite ore processing in thermal centrifuge. So then yeah, of course it says for arsenic, it's easy, just mine Religar. Now we're gonna make these circuits as well, just to get this other thing done, because I know I can do it pretty quickly. So we got ourselves some glue and some molds in here. We need the wood pulp. That'll get us these polonic circuit boards. And then to look at the recipe, it wants you to put 8 silver wires around. Or in the chemical reactor, we can put ourselves either iron chloride or sodium persulfate. Now, as a byproduct of getting ready to make the other stuff that I was looking at making, which was the thing that, yeah. Can I empty this in here? Yes, I can. Okay. Basically, I already have some. Somewhere. Is it in the chemical reactor already? Where did I put it? Oh, right here. So, by making this, because this is what you actually had to put in the chemical bath with the stuff to make the gallium there. So because I went to go ahead and make that, I actually already have some, which is going to work out a ton. So we're just going to take that, we throw it, you know, chemical reactor. I was going to say, we really need a chemical bath for this crap. Why would it do this to us? So we'll go ahead and put that in there. We need our chemical, and then we need to make some silver plates, I think is what that said it was. Silver oil, yeah. Let's go get our silver. So, let's grab a full stack. A full stack, thank you. Sleep here in just a second. We do need to put it in the metal bender, so I do have to find one of my chips again. Go ahead and pull it out of here. Been making myself some more antimonium to get ready for bigger batteries when we get the chance to. Let's go ahead and put the antimonium. Sleep. Let's get this gallium all set up to be mixed together right there. Just 2 more pieces of gallium. More of that salafrite, get it going, and mix up these 2 more pieces of gallium here. And we did. Okay, and then if we throw it back in the metal bender, we'll be able to get some foil. So I'm going to go ahead and let it do 10 pieces, because that'll give us 10 circuits. We'll just show off 1 craft of it at least here, and that should be pretty good. So now I'm just going to go grab another big old bucket of glue. This is my glue, and we're gonna get more of these circuit boards whipping up, because we're definitely gonna be working pretty hard. We do need some more of the regular circuits either way to be able to make these, and I actually don't know how many I made. No, it's just the base stuff that I made. We're gonna need to make some steel too, so just gonna have to keep this stuff going so we can keep making our 9 aluminum so far, guys. 9 pieces. This is just so exciting. Oh, metal bender. We got our foil. We'll slap that back in there because we're going to need more of those anyways. And now let's throw that into the chemical bath. So it'll consume 100 liters of the sodium persulfate, 1 phenolic circuit board, 4 silver foil, and it'll give us 1 of these circuit boards. Now we got those. Gonna have to make these diodes, which requires some of this gallium arsenide, and it wants us to make polyethylene. Been looking through this to try to figure it out. I know I can get oxygen easily. I can get ethylene from either making a distillery or a chemical reactor. I know how to make that, so how do you make ethanol? We need a distillery. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and make a distillery at some point, no matter what it looks like. Because that's gonna be the only way to make this other stuff that I've been working on trying to get, if I could find it again. Diode, polyethylene. Oh, I think that's pretty easy to get, isn't it? Yeah, just put some carbon dust to get carbon dioxide. And to get ethylene glycerol, you need ethanol again. Or menthol. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to go through and figure this out. And then tell you how I figured it out. So, I think that'll call it for this episode. With this lovely new blast furnace going on. Boiler right next to it. Pretty excited with this stuff. Can get some superconductors on the way. Slowly make our way towards the MV era. Actually, it feels kind of fast. Feels maybe not as fast as from the Steam to the LV, but honestly, doing this pack has been super cool. Excited for the next time. We'll see you then. Bye.